Posted by user upstairsworker6936. Sure, keep planning my hours instead of listening. Alright, after being a long-time lurker on this sub, I have something good and very recent to contribute. Doing this from a new account because of obvious reasons. English is not my first or second language, so bear with me. It's going to be a long read, but hopefully worth your time. My employer is a major international player. I work for the national branch of this company in my country. Being employed here for 7 years now, and I love the work and my co-workers. I went from operator to instructor to my current position of shift lead. Basically, besides normal operator work, I make sure everyone can do their job, and if not, I troubleshoot. The employer, well, it's a large company with 10,000 plus workers nationally. Globally, way more. Cold and distant, I'd describe it. I work in an environment with around 55 co-workers in various shifts that complement each other, designed to keep things running smoothly 24/7 all day, every day. Planner gives you your shifts 5 weeks in advance, and these are set in stone so people can plan their social life accordingly. There are peaks every day, which means a better populated shift is necessary. Currently, like most of the world, there is a worker shortage, or a shortage of good employers. Whatever way you look at it, I should be having 80 co-workers instead of 55. This should give you an impression of how understaffed and overworked we are. If I get sick or leave, there will be no replacement and entire shifts will become leaderless, and if a problem occurs, nobody to solve it. This department I work in is supported by around the same number of staff like administration, technical, IT, etc. that work 5 days a week from 8:30 till 5. No weekends, no holidays. Now this 24/7 environment is really killing my social life and my hobbies, and has me feeling like I live to work instead of working to live. So recently, I decided enough is enough. Time for a change. My expertise would come in handy at one of our supporting departments, so I applied there. Got rejected, but a really great manager took notice and sat me down. Together, we spoke about my expertise and we wrote a job profile that would enhance the supporting department's collaboration with a 24/7 environment. Start date? 4 months from that conversation. Because my experience and ours are not that easily replaced in a 24/7 environment due to the above-mentioned situation. My current manager and planner agreed to the start date. Furthermore, I agreed to still helping out during office hours because I can't leave my former co-workers out to dry. Agreed was that this will not interfere with my new job and its requirements. I will train a replacement as well. And here's where the malicious compliance comes in. 5 weeks prior to my starting date, still nothing has been talked about. I see in our planning app that in the week after my starting date, I have been scheduled in as if I was still shift lead. Must be a mistake, right? I go up to my planner with this mistake, and he tells me he's been planning my shifts because he hasn't heard anything new. After a short discussion, he tells me it's not set in stone and at a later date, we'll discuss how we will incorporate these shifts with my new job. Big fat chance, buddy. Oh, and where's my replacement so I can train him? Answer: what replacement? 3 more weeks pass and 3 more weeks worth of my shifts have been scheduled past my starting date. Talked to my current manager and planner about me not being able to work those shifts due to my new job at the company. Also pointed out everything we agreed upon. They said that they can't take me out of this schedule and we'll have to figure it out as we go. And I quote, "When the start date is due, we can talk about how you will manage it." They fully expect me to work both jobs until the worker shortage resolves itself. Again, a quote from the manager: "How about you stop being difficult, keep your mouth shut, and work with it, or it could affect your new job." That one hurt, and honestly made me desperate. 7 years to get that shoved in your face. I know me leaving is a problem, but I was forthcoming and willing to still help out, train my replacement, 2 months of delayed start date, etc. At this point, I believe I'm living in a different reality. In what world is all of the above a good idea when I have everything in writing and you still haven't done anything to replace me or my hours? I'm not about to let my new job suffer due to this idiocracy. At this point, I'm living with the dilemma of quitting both jobs and finding a new one, or suffering this situation for a while since I have this perfect job waiting for me. So I start job hunting to keep my sanity. Edit. I also started getting all the paperwork ready for malicious compliance. Agreements that were written, confirmed, signed via email, etc. Like, this is what we agreed and signed, not 2 full-time jobs. I received my contract shortly after, and yeah, sweet baby of whatever you believe in. I see it listed with a different company. You know how it is with huge companies, different entities within that company? After some digging, I find out that it certainly isn't the same holding as I'm working with now. I questioned my new manager about this, and all supporting departments are under a different holding than our 24/7 department for tax benefits. Basically, on paper, I'm getting a new employer. The planner and the old manager haven't accounted for this. It means that when the contract starts, the other one is void. All these scheduled shifts past the starting date of the new contract are contributed by a shift lead that is working at a different company. I'll keep my mouth shut. Idiots. So, whilst typing this, my start date is 6 days behind me. The fallout. I full well realized that the 24/7 department and the supporting departments would be hurting if I decided to not work a single shift after my start date. I said earlier that I loved the work and my coworkers, so I won't drop them in the crap completely. I still wanted the people that failed my coworkers to feel the fruits of their not executed labor. So at the start date, I got a call from the old manager while sitting beside my new manager. Perfect. Why the hell wasn't I doing my shift that started at 6? Explained everything and suggested we meet right away and figure something out. So me, the planner, and both managers sat down. The meeting went through the following stages: anger, more anger, subsided anger, cries for help, tears of sweet, sweet despair. Eventually, we agreed on 4 days per week and 3 days per week at the new job, with 1 and 2 days at the old job every other week. Besides that, I would make a plan how they should go about training my replacement and what info they needed. Also, I'll work an entire 4-day night shift that I actually enjoy and fits into my private life. The past few shifts at the 24/7 department that I was planned for have been a crap show of major problems that nobody was there to tackle. Corporate has been the perfect partner. Day 2 of my not worked scheduled shift, a fallout occurred and lasted 3 hours longer than necessary. Cost them a lot of money. They are livid. My reward? A jar full of salty tears of despair, whispers about some very angry CEO targeted at my old manager. A lovely new job, and for the time being, the best combo of both jobs. Everything came together perfectly. The company being extremely large saved my career.